Hit the record button. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to MLO Live Show. Super excited to be here. Got an awesome guest today. An awesome story. As you guys already might know him, Stephen Q. I just call him Q. Let's call you Q, right? Hey, dude, introduce yourself and
You, baby.
share how the Q came out. I know your last name, but I mean, like, how did the Q all come about?
Yeah, so I think more than everybody. So my name's Steve Quinones. As an athlete, as a kid, I've always gone by Q because most people can't say Quinones. And I think through a lot of my work life, I've always been Steve or Steven, right? But when I moved, and we'll be talking about today, when I moved to Chicago, what I've always learned is like all my friends call me Q. And when I came to Chicago, I had to, everything today we're talking about is being outside the box and being a little bit different. And so when someone in Chicago is like, "Hey, I'm working with Q," oh, you know who you're talking to. It doesn't matter where I'm at in the United States. If I'm in that state and you hear Q, you know who it is. And so it's just one of those things from a branding perspective that I really went back to. So back,
Excellent.
so
Yeah.
background story. October will be 25 years in the business.
Wow.
Built a lot of knowledge. I think everything's just coming to a head finally right now. When I lived and pretty much worked. Well, I'm third generation Arizona native, so I've been there almost my whole career. 2 years ago, I've been now in Chicago full time. I was going back and forth for about a year. My girlfriend lives here, and so I moved. I moved here not knowing anybody. Rates were in the eights, and realtors weren't in their office. And in sports, I've always had a coach. Right, I'm an open water swimmer. I've done Alcatraz.
Really?
Yeah, I've done some.
Wait.
I just got selected to swim in Chicago River. They haven't swum in 100 years. I'm one of 500 swimmers that got selected to swim. We'll see what happens if they get permits. Whole different thing. But I've always had a coach, but I didn't have it, and I kick myself. I've never had it in my mortgage business. And if there's anything I could say is you got to get with a coach. No matter how good you are, there's always something better, or you learn something. You know, I look at people that are on the call today. I've learned so much. I love being a student, and I love being a teacher, and just share. And that's what today is all
Awesome.
about. So yeah,
Awesome.
I'll go right into that. So when I came to Chicago again, I didn't know anybody, literally, and a leap of faith. And I would have been a statistic, except I was able to get into coaching and really start learning and started making phone calls. Literally, do whatever speaks to you. It's going to be uncomfortable because you're doing something different than you've never done before. And it's being consistent with that. For me, it was making phone calls. And I really started doing that to the point where it's every day consistently, whether I was with a group calling or calling on my own, but I needed to do something and have a track. And so I developed that track, and my technology skills, I think, really honed in big time the last 2 years. Um, that being said, I had to, what I found is that in a huge city where what Chicago's like top three biggest cities in the country, you got to be outside the box. And I think any environment you're in, some realtor's been with a lender for 10, 15, 20 years, and they're a couple deals away from something not going right and having an open door and you might be the plan B.
Yeah.
So I found software. So number one, I would be able to make an appointment, right? And because I'm in Chicago, I don't meet people face to face until we probably close a transaction or two. In the city, it takes me 10 minutes to go a mile. I don't have time for that. Parking's expensive and coffee. So you're probably $100 out per, and that's if they show up. And we know the stats on how many calls to how many pickups to everything else to set it and get it. And so I learned I've got to Zoom. So what I ended up doing is getting licensed in other states too. So now I'm in 10 states, but everything that I've learned, including now the software that I used to open my door, is moved to
Gotcha. So what state did you move from and to?
Arizona to Chicago
Okay. And that was two. Okay, so let's just break this down. So that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And you knew no one in Chicago.
Zero, except my girlfriend.
All right. And because I've talked to so many people who want to move, they want to go to a
Yep,
different state. So so let's break it down. So are you still doing business in Arizona or
absolutely.
50%? Like, did you maintain that with those relationships? Do you ever go back and visit?
Yes, all
Okay.
of the above. Yes,
Okay.
always like that. I think if there was a silver lining to COVID, is that I learned I could live and work literally anywhere in the world because I was on a cruise last year and I figured out how to get unlimited calls on a ship. Not that I want to, but I could without paying. And that's before Starlink and T-Mobile and everything that they got going on now.
Yeah.
But I can do it anywhere. it doesn't matter because everything we do is electronic. It's all uploaded and it's a wire, and we can wire money in our own world. So why limit yourself when you don't have to? But get really good at the basics so that you don't have to hit that pain threshold that I did. But that's what really made me move. Otherwise, I was looking for another job.
So in Arizona, it just wasn't working. So you're like, okay, I gotta figure something out. I gotta do something else. I'm gonna go
It,
to Chicago because my
it was a
girlfriend's there.
relationship. No, 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 no. It was my girlfriend lived here, and
Okay,
so I
okay,
couldn't be a gypsy and work out of two places. I need to be
got
one
it,
place and it's stable. So that's why I
got it.
went to Chicago. It's
Okay.
easier for me to move than her.
Yeah. So Scotty Campbell's asking, we're gonna get into MoveTube. So I want to talk. So when did you start? Like when you first get to Chicago, is that when you started MoveTube or what? Like when did that?
So
How long ago did that start?
I started with coaching
Okay.
for about a half a year. And in that time, MoveTube was just coming out on the scene. So what MoveTube does is, and I can actually, let me just go to share a screen and probably be easier.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Scotty's asking, Scotty Campbell, what's going on, brother? So he's asking how are you using it is I think the big question. So
yep.
maybe the mindset behind it.
The mindset behind it is make your calls, get an appointment. I was trying to run about 8 to 12 realtor appointments a week. And then from there, you get to know them, right? Understand their business. It's good if you have data on them beforehand. I use MMI, which we get through Bonzo. And so I'll use that to kind of get an idea. I have a certain threshold of realtors that I'm going to work with volume wise. And I love teams. I thrive in teams because
Microsoft
they
Teams. Okay.
no teams, meaning so a brokerage that has a team
Got
of
it.
maybe
Got it.
3, 4, 5 agents, maybe listing buy sides, whatever.
Got it.
But that's where it starts. And so the first thing is get the appointment. Secondly, find out about them. Thirdly, just give them a little brief teaser on how I can bring them more business, attract more listings and buy sides. And that's where we bring. And I'm like, would you be interested if I could show you how to do that? And usually the wording that I use is, when's the last time one of your LOs gave you a listing?
Okay. All
Exactly.
right.
And that's Scott, that was so
That's the
perfect because
response. That
that's
was the
the
response.
response
Yeah.
right there. And that wasn't queued up. That was what it was. But
That
that's
was
what it
actually
gets people to listen a little bit differently because I played catcher like in baseball, right? But I don't want realtors just pitching deals to me all the time. I need to throw them back too. And so if I can show them or use a software to help them do that, then that's what we do.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, cool. So you're gonna get into how you're using it. So the script is, hey, do you say like when's the last time one of your lender partners has helped you win a listing, get a listing? Like what's the
Like refer to listing. It's not so
okay.
much, and that's the one thing I've learned about calling and beginning coaching. The more you do it, you
Yeah.
virtually can't tell me anything that you can't overcome because I'm probably going to bring up. I know you're probably working with, a lender that you've been with 10 and 20 years. When's the last time they sent you a listing
Okay. Okay. Okay.
or helped you create a listing for yourself out of your existing
It's like
database?
and I'm just saying, okay, when's the last time someone sent you a listing? So you're not sending it to them, you're helping them with a tool to win the listing.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Correct.
Okay. I
And
just
that's
want to be clear.
the languaging behind
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So what it does is basically once we get in there, I'll show them a little bit about it. So the cool thing is our team, right? The MoveTube team will actually digitally, I can sign up the realtor, first name, last name, email, who they work for, and phone number. Then I push it through. The team sets it up. It'll put their bio together. I'll create just on ChatGPT just a really quick elevator speech form, but usually all the realtor licenses. This is me just showing a demo of just me. I'm not a realtor. It'll give you links. It'll put in all their all their social media stuff. It's all presented for them. Then it'll go into, again, are they with Keller Williams? Who are they with? Then they can record their voice through AI. They'll read this excerpt, they'll record it. And this is something I would do once the site's set up. Then I schedule another meeting with them to Zoom for like 30 minutes. I say, I need you on your computer, logged into the site. Here's your username, password, and how to get into it. So then they're starting to use it. I'm starting to train them. They click a button, they read this. Once it's recorded, it will convert their language. It can be converted up to 32 languages.
Okay. All
That's
right.
crazy. And
Good.
then from a marketing standpoint, then they put in their information and any kind of leads that come through. So they use QR codes. So open house flyers are created for them. Property details are created for them. All the agents' information's there. My information's co-branded with them. The agent doesn't at this point pay for anything. We pay
Zero. Okay.
zero.
Okay.
So how do we not get in a RESPA violation? Well, the agent has the listing. We have the technology you put together, and there's your 50-50. So
Because they're paying for all the marketing that goes along with
they're
the getting the
paying
listing and
correct,
pictures and I mean
100%.
it's yeah, it's not cheap. Yeah.
So let's get into one real quick, and I'll just show you one. Let's get into Cody real quick. So this is one of my agents here in Chicago, and actually they have a team. So just so you can see real quick, so you know I'm not full of you know what. Um, Realtors, I have 90 in my platform across the country, and I got 317 listings I'm helping brand right now.
Wow.
Okay.
Impressive, bro.
Now, I will tell you, so that's all well and good. And someone's going to say, well, how many of those have you closed? I can tell you that in the year and a half I've been doing this, I've closed 12 units and I've got two more in the pipe. And just one of them alone paid for years of my platform that I'm using here. It's it's amazing how many relationships and how deep you can really get with somebody using this. So I can impersonate, these are all the agents I work with right now. So
Okay.
I can impersonate them in case they run into a snag. So I just put in a last name, Ann's in.
So why would you want to do that? What, just to see what they have going on, or like why would
Well,
you want to impersonate? I mean, I
sometimes,
know
so
what
for,
that means,
yeah,
but
so sometimes one of the teams I'm working with, they've got a marketing director. So I work directly with him to help get all their listings on social. So the way it works is it goes on MLS. Once it goes live to the public, this isn't like Now Coming or a pocket listing or something. It has to go live on MLS. Then their technology will pull it right in and notify me, hey, Ann just got this new listing. Awesome. So let's see. So this is one of them. It's 875,000. The cool thing is, at a glance, status is active. That means it's not pending, it's not, off market, whatever, already sold. And then it lets me know, did they do the marketing suite? Is there a listing trailer? And I'll talk about that. And here's your audio tour where the languages come in. And if they created or built a video, right, their photographer made this amazing video for their $2.5 million home, they can upload that and that'll supersede everything else. So to create all this stuff, we click on buttons. That's the simple part of it. I'm just going to show you. Let me see if I can find one here. Here we go. This one's all activated right here. Actually, let's do this one. So the cool thing about a listing trailer is, you know how when you put in an address, let's just do it, and someone's looking for a property. Well, the problem is you're always going to see Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, all that kind of stuff, right?
yep.
So when you start coming down, let's just see if I can see it here. Usually, once the listing trailer has been created, usually within about 2 to 3 weeks, they'll show up typically on Google somewhere in the first couple pages. Now, here's Vimeo. So this is it right here. It's MoveTube. So that's where you can see it, but then you'll also see it here. And the
Oh, on
weird
YouTube.
thing is our team wants the listing trailer. So you click on it. It'll take the first 21 pictures. It can be arranged. That's a whole training thing. But they'll take the first 21 pictures. You need at least 11 to make a trailer. Then we hit the listing trailer, get it all set up, get their languaging. AI creates everything, and then it sends it to the team. There's no way to physically post that listing. Our team has to grab it and then physically push it out to YouTube. That's what starts the clock. And then they start seeing that. So we're looking at what we're really doing is you're looking at building. Oop, let me get back into that. You're really looking at building more awareness. We want people, realtors that aren't super techy, and a lot of loan officers aren't either. But if you can click a button, you can start getting more likes. You can start getting more follows. You can start pushing out more stuff. And everything that we talk about on MLO Live as a member, right? As we dig deeper into coaching, that's when you can start doing your podcast, doing your social. You're going to get seen more too because you keep popping up on people's social feeds.
Yeah. So, of the 90 agents,
Mhm.
do you like? Because I remember, I don't know why I remember Tony being here, Tony Taylor, and she come in and she's like, I used to give agents all this stuff. I used to
Mhm.
give, and I wasn't seeing the
Yep.
ROI,
Yep.
right? And she got tired of like giving, so she had conversations with these agents saying, if you want to use my stuff, I'm more than happy to give it to you, but I expect. I mean, I know we can't legally say that, but like, hey, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Let's get together. Is that something you're doing, or is it just you give it to them, build it? Like, how do you turn this into because I mean, yesterday I did these numbers and I go, if you'd had 10 new agents that give you a deal per quarter, that's 40 deals a year at a $350,000 loan size is 14 million.
Yep.
Every 14 million helps. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40. So how can you get a deal every quarter from 90 agents?
I let them
That'd
know.
be
And
pretty
actually, I'm in a spot right now where I'm going to start cleaning the house, to tell you the truth. Because there's a lot of people, just no matter what you give them, to your point, they just won't use it.
yeah.
But I'm waiting, and the reason being is we have an AI platform which we'll do after this 30-minute call, our morning session. I'll get
Yeah.
deeper into it, but there's an AI person. Her name's Jenny. Her phone number is 8675309. No joke. So for anybody that's our age, they know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But Jenny will come in and be their virtual assistant, and that's going to be, I think it'll come out within the next month. That'll be a paid service for the realtors to be able to have calls made to their database, be able to connect them with people that are interested in maybe listing or buying a house. And instead of having to have a virtual assistant, maybe potentially out of the country, now you've got a paid service where they will market out to some of your listings, and there'll be a price point for it.
Is that going to be included in this for them?
It'll no, so that'll be the paid subscription for it. And that's rolling out. Like I said, we'll have more details in the next probably month.
Okay.
But later on, at our 9:30 block, or our Central Time 9:30 block,
Yeah.
for MLO Live, I'll go into that because
Love it, dude. That's
yeah,
awesome.
super, super cool.
So,
But
so, so Susan's asking, great question. Has any realtor ever said that the buyer came from MoveTube?
So I have heard that from other LOs. I haven't heard it on my side. And honestly, I don't really care, because people could even say, well, how many, the cool thing is, once this is coming through and it hits your screen, it's also, you can find homes anywhere in the country on Roku, Apple TV, Fire, and Google TV.
Okay.
Again, it just automatically streams, and it'll show you it can connect them to the agent. You can get pre-qualified on it. People will be like, well, how many people are actually clicking on it? We don't have that data. My whole thing is, if you learn nothing else from this, is I want agents to be able to go into a presentation, have a marketing flyer already made for them saying, if you list with me, I can get your listing and get more visibility on not only the social platforms like everybody else, but how we started this conversation, how can we be different than anybody else? And that
Yeah.
applies on the realtor side. So this
Yeah.
is already made for them, and it brands them, and they can just put that in the listing presentation, whether it be flipbook, whether it be printed out on a PDF. Here it is. And if they have social, this QR code will actually show them how to load it on their TV.
Hey, I got a question. We used to remember back in the day, a lot of people have been around for 15, 20 years. I used to
Sure.
talk about the flower pot strategy.
Okay.
And what that was we would upload their listing we would upload a listing, we would just make it up. It wasn't even listed, but like as an agent, we would show them how to go, here's what I've already done for you instead of here's what I'm going to do for you. Can I use MoveTube in that respect where I can upload a listing before I even get there and say, and it's not live, but it's a like a example of what I'm going to do, but it's a picture of their home. Can you do something
Yeah.
like that?
I don't do it on a pre. What I usually will do is use one like in a market that maybe I'm working
Okay.
in. So like I might show Ann's and be like, this is what I'm doing. But
Got it.
just know that, I mean, if you go against somebody like this that has it,
Yeah.
you're probably not going to get the listing.
You're not, yeah. No,
I,
because we used to always send some stuff to them
yeah.
like before we get there because we know there's competition. And if
Yep.
I'm second, third, fourth in line, like the statistics show that the first person there, if they're anything at all, gets the listing.
Yep.
It's just because it's like a lot of work and one more person.
Yep.
So to get your chance if you're not first, I just
Yep.
thought it'd be kind of a cool thing that this would like be mind blowing.
Yep.
Even just send the flyer, turn
Yeah.
that flyer into a digital link and
Yep.
say, here, hey, can't wait to share with you how I'm gonna put your home on TV.
Well, and here's the other thing too, and let me just play this, because this is something that we really worked on. I think I ended up doing the prototype, and then Kevin Bilberry, the owner, actually made it even better. But look at this is already created for the agents to even market out. Let me know you can hear it in a second.
When it comes to selling your home, visibility is everything. While most agents will just settle to place your property on web portals, we're proud to offer a unique and revolutionary way to showcase your listing. Introducing MoveTube. MoveTube showcases your listing directly to potential buyers on their streaming televisions. Now available on Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, Google TV, Samsung, and LG televisions, viewers can browse live real estate listings while listening to their favorite music, see property videos, and schedule home tours right from their big screen TV. It's as easy as browsing for movies on Netflix. Are you ready to get started? Yes? Then let's turn your property into the star attraction and be just a remote click away from the perfect buyer.
That's impressive. Yeah.
So the cool thing about that is it's generic, right, to whoever sent it, but you could embed this, and this is a Devon thing, like we're using Bonzo, right? So we could embed this in. They don't have to click on anything. It's just the video's there, and you can just launch it out to your entire market. I don't care if you're looking to list, buy, sell, whatever. This is already done for you. You just want people to raise their hand and let them know that you are in the tech space. You're embracing AI. You don't have to know it all. It's already built for you. And let me get and one thing too, I want to share this. I'm not some multi-million dollar amazing producer. Do I have the goods to do it? Yes, but I am right on the bubble of something special happening. I will tell you in 2023, when I moved to Chicago, um, I was at 4.6 million in closed business. That's how almost out of the business I was, starting brand new. Then in 2024, it was 7.3. You guys, I know people that do that in a month. That's like no big deal. But I will tell you in 2025, in the next 30 days, I'll be at 8.5 million.
Good for you, brother.
And so that's a big difference,
Yeah,
but
man.
that's me
Big deal.
hustling.
Yeah.
And we have what war going on? We had elections going on. We had changing it, just there was so much change plus NAR. And I moved and rates were in the eights. I'm like, come on. I'm not looking for kudos. I'm just saying,
Oh,
if I can
man,
do it,
that's
you can literally drop me anywhere in the country now. And it
amen.
doesn't matter because I can find realtors in Texas. It doesn't matter, or Florida or Indiana or wherever. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to focus on, Q. You moved. Like this is basically deploying you into a new city with, your tools and just getting started from ground zero, right?
Yep.
So, what that says is anybody can do that. You just have to do the work and duplicate the process.
Well, and I think we talked about it. I think it was last week, Scott. Sometimes you have to hit that pain threshold
Yeah.
to really get you. You're going to get super uncomfortable, and that's when the most growth happens. But
Yeah.
if you can be in an environment like MLO Live, where it's all of us across the country sharing what we do, Devin, you guys have both helped me so much. You know,
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, and we got about 100 people coming in, so it's gonna get really good. I'm actually more than 100. Brian View is bringing his group in. We're really excited about that. Thank you, Brian, for that. We're putting some amazing stuff together, and then Premier Lending, Empire, like there are all kinds of different companies coming into this. So we're trying to bring us all together to make sure we have people like Stephen Q in our corner that's using one tool that pays for itself if you just use it, but then hold the agent accountable and then ask for you have to ask
yeah,
for the business.
absolutely.
You just gotta see. Let's see. Joe is asking, besides the monthly cost of MoveTube, what other monies invested in order to do this?
Time.
Time. Just time. That's it.
Man, I'm telling you, like it's almost like through a lot of my career, I didn't process until I made my last move to brokerage where I'm at now, and I learned how to process, and I became one of the best, like the best LO I've ever been, right? Because I know, like, if I had something happen and we were just slammed and I needed to jump in and roll up my sleeves, I can get us the docs. Like I can do it all. So, but I don't. That's not where my time is best spent. I love the creative space. I love tech. I like building things. That makes me super happy.
Yeah.
So to really learn, to your question, Joe, the thing of it is I would get really deep with my realtor. They will be happy to pick up your call every week because you're going to teach them something of importance. Or, hey, you got a listing this week. I'll even go into like a big KW, right? And there might be 30, 40 agents in there. And I'm like, after my presentation, we're doing a raffle. And
Mm,
I'm going to sit with three of you. Three of you are going to get me at an open house.
mm.
I'm going to go there. I'll knock doors with you. We'll do the listing presentation. We'll do everything. And I'll help you create it. I want you to see how this works. And then we can do
Man,
sessions. You can do Zoom sessions later on for everybody else.
I would swim up and down the river, bro, and knock doors. Come on, man. Let's get real here.
Let's go.
The swimming the realtor.
But it takes work. And I heard a lot of LOs like, oh, I've had MoveTube or I've had different software and it just doesn't work. Well, the reason is because you're not using it.
Yeah.
You're not getting dirty. You're not in the trench really making your work go. And guess what? It's not going to happen. And there's your definition of insanity. Doing the same things, thinking you're going to get different results. You don't just pay money and it just shows up. You got to know it. But I'm in a space now where a realtor can call me. I can be on the road somewhere and I can pretty much answer the questions on the fly because I can see the screens in my head. I've done it so much.
Can you put the code in there? Because you got a deal where
instead of
agents, you get 100 with the sign up. So
let me get it for you.
Steven was actually able to get us a pretty cool deal. So if
you guys typically, on that, typically you get 50 agents for $197, but because of MLO Live, Kevin and everybody at MoveTube was nice enough to offer you can get up to 100 agents for the same price. So that's $197 a month. So I'll put that in there. Just use the code to get it. And that link will take you right to it. There you go.
All right, cool. And then great question here. David Jones, the software looks great. How is it support to learn? Like, how is it? Well, David, you're already part of MLO Live, so he's going to be there today to kind of go deeper with it. So, or he's part of MLO Live, so that's a huge key. But if you weren't part of MLO Live, what would you? Is it hard to learn?
Or just, it's not hard to learn.
And just click the button.
There's video training. You click on the left-hand margin for the LO screen, and it'll take you through all the trainings. They're probably 8 to 15 minutes long each one. Okay. And I just say click on it as you need it. Secondly, that same trailer or trainings are available for the realtor as well, which is really nice.
You know what's funny about this is like I would almost learn with the agent. Like call up an agent, go, hey man, I got something really cool. I'd love to share with you to help you win listings. And man, I'm kind of new to it too. You got 15 minutes? Let's go over it. Let me show you how to like showcase how to not only show up and win these listings, but like before you even get there, win the listings and how to put your listings on TV, which puts you at a different level and like all these really cool things. So that's where my head spins. But
100%. Jerry, I know you had your hand up.
I shared this with the 3 different people at 3 open houses this weekend. Hey Q, what's up? It's me, Glenn.
What's up, man?
So I shared it and they loved it. And so we have follow-up calls all spread out during this week. So it's a great tool to create conversation for sure. And they're interested. They want to differentiate themselves too. The realtors do at their listing presentations.
And here's how we really help each other. Like even Jerry's got his hand up. Jerry, give me a second and we'll get you. But even Glenn's in Long Beach. I'm in Chicago, right? He and I connect, or we all just kind of reach out and help each other. Hey, brother, I'm trying to do this. Or like Ron Gossard, I needed something for an event I was doing for realtors the other day. And he showed me some little tricks that I hadn't used before. And I'm like, oh my God, like it was so even though you know it, there's other people use it differently. And then we all share. Jerry, what do you got?
Hey man, Q and I and Nate have been doing this almost since the beginning.
Yeah.
And this has grown so fast and they're adding more stuff like Jenny and everything every day. It makes a difference for the agents that want to make a difference. And it's an easy sell. I've got an agent that we're doing a broker open on a couple $1 million property here in Dallas. And she's been in business for 45 years. She goes, this is the best tool she has ever seen in her career for agents. So it is a game changer. The thing is doing the product and getting the agents engaged and using it, because they got to pick up the tools and market with it, and you just got to help them. Are you doing the actual putting the listings together for all of them? Or are you letting them drive? Or
I'll do the first like 1 or 2 for them. But I have a full-time job. I'm a loan officer. I'm not going to pay for it and do all your work, because then it's like kids. If you don't teach them to do it, like clean their room, how to make food, empty a dishwasher, they're going to as soon as you set that bar, if you don't have boundaries, that's it. Then you can't complain about it because you built that, but if you say, hey, I'll help you. And the other cool thing is, and Jerry, you know this, but with all the AI that's coming out that they're building into Jenny will actually train the LO now and the realtor. That's coming, I would say, within the next month. And in our after session here, I'm going to go through, because Joe, I'm going to show you Jenny. We just didn't have time to do it in our 30-minute blog.
Cool, man. I appreciate that, brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Jenny's out, just not 100% out, or like
she's been beta tested on a couple different markets, and then Kevin actually built one for me
Okay.
for our presentation today. And
Okay.
that's what I'm going to show us a little bit later.
All right.
Yeah,
Hey,
and it
guys.
can change languages for you. If somebody calls it Spanish and they say, "Si habla en español," it'll change from English to Spanish or to Russian or to French.
Yeah. Guys, if you go to MLO Live, if you want to give it a 14-day trial, you get 2 weeks with us. You get to spend 4 hours, actually 8 hours a week with us. We do first hour of coaching and then 1 hour of accountability. And that's where all of us hang out. That's where we're growing this community of just like-minded people who are doing different things. All niches work, all of them, if you're persistent, consistent. But there's a 14-day trial right when you go there now, instead of having to put in a code. So if you guys want to check it out and hang out with us, it's every day at 10:30. We go for an hour coaching. Devin is bringing his group in. So Devin, I don't know if he's still here, but Devin's bringing his group in. And then Brian's bringing his group in. So we're just growing a community. And then we're talking to LaDonna, who does CE classes. Brian, what'd you say? She's going to be in front of 6,000 LOs this year. So
Yep,
working out
6,000.
6,000. So LaDonna and I are working out some stuff for CE stuff. So it's turning into something really special where I just want to bring the best of the best, and everybody can be like, it's not about like, I'll just say this about myself. I'm nobody special. You guys just see I hang around really cool people like Steven, who goes, "This is the shit. This is a cool thing." And if you do it consistently, persistently, you reach out, you have conversations, what it really boils down to, and you give your agents something special that sets them apart from everybody else, guess what happens? You now have a relationship. I think we still need to go back to the basics about talking about relationships, not transactions. We're still in this transaction based. How do I get a transaction? How do I get a transaction? Transactions comes from relationships. And once you deepen that relationship and separate yourself from the competition, you give something of value to help them, coach them, teach them, hold them accountable, show up to the open houses, show them how to use this stuff. This is where the magic happens, and it doesn't take that many. Like I said, 10 agents closing, giving you one deal per quarter is 14 million in production. That's if you're at 350 loan size, and that's kind of, I think 350 is on the low
It's
side.
pretty low. It is.
I mean, for you, Steven, like, what is it, like 550?
No, we're probably like 450 because I still hit
Okay,
suburbs
okay.
too, but I'm also in Indiana and other places that will come down a little bit. But the other
Yeah,
thing too, and we talk about this all the time, I love it. We call it office hours every Friday at 12 Central Time or
yeah,
1 Eastern. We have moved to office hours, and we have agents and LOs across the country, and we're all talking about what's going on, and we start
yeah,
sharing stuff. So like Nate does a great job sharing. Ron will share stuff. Jerry, I mean, everybody involved is
yeah.
really sharing stuff that's out there so that we're trying to make it better. And it's cool to have the agents in there too, because they can really get it firsthand.
Very cool, very cool. Man, I'm excited. I have a guy that I'm working on getting on the show. He runs listen to this, man. Devin, check this out. He runs a $120 million mortgage company, and his wife runs a $300 million real estate company. So we're gonna get some insights. So he's gonna be on the show. He already said to be on the show. I'm super excited about that. So it's a kind of husband wife team, kicking butt, taking names, several different states. So we're gonna find out so that's coming, and I'm talking to a couple other really cool people. So Steven, man, dude, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, dude, biggest applause, congratulations for what you've done in a very short period of time, moving into a state. Dude, you're with your girlfriend, man.
I
Come on,
know.
man,
I
come
know.
on, that's the best part, right?
Yeah. You know what? And
Right.
again, when that dream's there and anything you put your mind to, it's completely like, I think if anything, this downturn in the market has taught me to dream again. But it's
Yeah,
been people like you and Devin and just everybody that I'm now meeting LOs across the country. And
yeah,
it's just so much more. I'm having more fun. Like two probably worst income years of my career. And I'm having more fun now because
yes,
it's that creative process. It's like,
yeah,
it's not about me. It's not an ego thing. It's like, I just want to help other people. Cause then when you help somebody else get what they want, you get what you want. And
relationship.
again, and back to the realtor, even, hey, we're doing this together. I don't want all your business, but at least 30% would be, I think, more than appropriate. Because if I get you one listing at, let's call it 500,000,
Yep,
that's 15 grand. Guess what?
yep,
That's probably worth something. Just saying.
yeah.
Or I can just turn it off. I
Get,
want like for Mike. Let's go.
give us a sneak peek. Tell us a little bit about this $40 million deal you got going, man. I know I don't
Ah,
really want to talk about it, but you already talked
yeah.
about it. You kind of
So,
opened the can of worms. So
so find out what drives you, what
yeah,
really moves you. I was when I got out of college, I had a marketing degree and I got into construction bonding. So I used to guarantee construction projects. I have something for like general contractors and building things. I'm so tired of having to wait for the market to just, all the white noise of everything just shush. So I'm like, you know what? I'm either going to sit here and wait for it or I'm going to build it. And so where one of my special spaces is I do ground up construction. If you don't do that, that was your first, you need to learn how to do it. Number two, we need more homes on the market. There's not enough permits being pulled, and that's a problem. So people are renting, but how are they going to get into buy if we don't have a good price point? So I could use MoveTube because some of my agents will list land. Well, that means I can go after GCs.
Oh, baby.
But then as you get bigger, then you can get into development. And so, for example, I've got the one you're talking about. I've got a group, a developer in Idaho. Yeah, I'm in Chicago. It doesn't matter. It's one of my old clients from California, and he just finished his first phase of 15 fourplexes, so 60 doors, and we're doing 72 more. And so that's going to end up, we're rolling everything into one, and it's not done yet. So meaning the financing's in place. We're just waiting for some stuff to come through to be able to make that happen. So I'll let you know when it happens, but literally sky's the limit. But if you can start helping developing, because how cool would it be able to do the financing ground up and do the end loans?
Dude, let's
Game
go.
changer.
Let's
Game changer.
go.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Same time, same place tomorrow. Steven, thank you so much. See you at 10:30, brother. See you, everybody. If you want to give MLO Live a try, go to MLOlive.com. We'll be there at 10:30 every day, Monday through Thursday. Kick butt, take names, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. It's just us. I'm going to share with you tomorrow the 4 parts to a sale and how I use the 4 parts to a sale with any business in the world to help them get more traffic, convert the traffic, a follow-up plan, and biggest and most important, ask for the business. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. I'll see you there, Steven. Appreciate it, brother. Love you, man. Congrats. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.
Thanks, everybody.